It's the state of maritime wrestling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of the State of Maritime Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Maritime Wrestling Superfan himself. Connor Cook is here to keep you all caught up on the news in the East Coast indie wrestling scene here on the podcast. And on this episode, I am going to go through a lot of shows that were going on. 5 events that were happening. So, first off, R.A.W. made their appearance at the LCCon. Real Action Wrestling had their 2 shows, one in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, and the other in Barrington Passage, Nova Scotia. And Lutte Prestige Wrestling had their Brawl at Alma Hall 7, the 4th anniversary show, and Capital City Wrestling presents Clash 36, the Great Canadian Clash. So I'm going to keep the Capital City Wrestling for the last. So, first of all, Real Action Wrestling had their Real Action wrestling games in both Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, and Barrington Passage, Nova Scotia. So, for the Bridgewater show, there was a Battle Royale for the Real Action Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. It was a championship match in which Steve Arsenault is the current champion for that. And he wins the Battle Royale. And then the next match was the Real Action Wrestling War Games Steel Cage match. The team of Maniacal Mercedes and Robbie McAllister and the former WWE tag team, the Headbangers. They defeat Faction X, Steve Arsenault, Anthony Deuce Harlem, Clipper Jones, and Reddick Stone. It's pretty cool how they are doing this kind of match with War Games, because usually, they would have, either, Steel Cage or, Extreme Rules or Fans Bring Weapons match or so on. But it's pretty, sick, though. So, yeah. And the Headbangers defeat Highway Heat in the team of Sidewalk Sam and X-Ray Kyle Cruz in a no DQ tag team match. And that was the results for that show in Bridgewater. Now for the Barrington Passage show, the Real Action Wrestling games in Barrington, Nova Scotia. Faction X's Clipper Jones and Anthony Deuce Harlem beat Highway Heat, Sidewalk Sam, and X-Ray Kyle Cruz. Steve Arsenault retains the Real Action Wrestling Heavyweight title against Clutch Williams. Now, I have seen a lot of the flyers of their shows and stuff. It seemed really big, especially since they're bringing in former WWE guys like the Headbangers. It is pretty big, especially there was some other shows North Pro. I remember they brought in former TNA and WWE Speedball Mike Bailey and Sin Bodhi. That was like, I remember that they brought him in. That was really good though. But Lutte Prestige Wrestling had their Brawl at Omaha 7. It was their fourth anniversary show. And so the matches are Patrick O'Neal beat Scotland Crew, Port City's finest, Caden, one of the best freaking heels in all of maritime wrestling. Like I'm telling you, Caden has become one of my top favorite heels. I freaking love watching him. Like he is the freaking best. He beat Matt Strong, L and R Express, the team of Larry Horowitz and Rugged Rick Owens, beat the last action heroes, the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, and the Incredible Miracle, Pat Persuasi. I've seen the last action heroes go up against Ace Dynasty at the Fight at the Fair 2 event. That was a really good main event. I think they would work well together as a tag team because, like, whoa, you got, like, the fittest guy in the business, which is um, Pat Swayze, and it's just always working out. I love how he uses, like, the workout exercises as, like, the moves in the ring. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I like that kind of thing. When they do jumping jacks, some people do jumping jacks with them, and it's like, dang, dude. But since I saw him for the first time, he's became one of my favorites. And I really enjoy watching him a lot. And the big bad Logan Green, the best freaking heel. Also, right top there with Caden, Port City's finest Caden. He is the best, one of the best heels there too. He beat Nick Strong, Matt Chevron, and Brother Love in the Fatal 4 match for the number one contenders match to take on the LPW champion, the Lutte Prestige Wrestling champion, Horsepower Hunter Sampson, at the next event. And speaking of Horsepower Hunter Sampson, he successfully defends the LPW title against the pillar of the community, Kerry Gillum. I think this card is really good. I've never seen, I think, Larry and Rick team up before, but they must be a really good tag team, especially, like, you got, like, two top baby faces in the business, Rugged Rick Owens and Larry Horowitz. They're the best. But the last event was Capital City Wrestling presents Clash 36, the Great Canadian Clash. And so I think I did miss half of the match before I came in. Patrick O'Neal beat the future Matt Strong in the first pre-show match. Oscar Ironside beat Shano, who was making his Capital City Wrestling debut when the main show started. The manager of the New Brunswick exhibition came out and he said some quick things, and then Miss Katie came in and announced Bubbles, and he came out, and everyone was popping for him because mostly people just wanted to come see Bubbles and all that, but it was some really good wrestling. I can tell you that. But well, Crude Oil came out and did a little promo, and that's when Bubbles came out and did a little promo, and Rugged Rick Owens came out and did a little promo announcing that him and Bubbles will be in the main event facing Crude Oil for the main event, and so the first match was a title match for the NBWA Heavyweight title. The Maritime's strongest wrestler, Nick Strong, defeats Larry Horowitz and becomes the new NBWA Heavyweight Champion and Grand Slam Champion. So big congratulations to Nick Strong. You deserve it. I think you are one of the best guys there too in the business. And to be honest, I was quite surprised with this match because I thought Larry Horowitz was gonna was gonna successfully defend that title against him. But I wouldn't actually mind seeing Nick Gold around Nick Strong, which is nice. And so, Horsepower Hunter, the second match, Horsepower Hunter Sampson beat the Ultimate Male, Zane Valentine, with no class, Eric Bass. He came back after that one show at Summer Clash where he got a big stunner by Rugged Rick Owens. And, since then, here's how Horsepower Hunter Sampson won. He grabbed the urine sample because there's a storyline with Horsepower Hunter Sampson and Zane Valentine, because Zane Valentine is spreading out rumors that Horsepower Hunter Sampson was using the juice or steroids, and he had to do 2 urine tests, and he came out negative. And so with this storyline, I kind of thought he'd be very he said he was clean, and then that's when the match started. To be honest, Horsepower Hunter Sampson, he's one of the top guys in the Maritimes, especially in CCW and IHW and Marishi and so on. He gets a lot of pop from the crowd, and I really enjoy watching him. I really enjoy watching Zane Valentine, who is one of the best heels too. He's right below Logan Green there too, and yeah, it was okay. So after that match, the Incredible Miracle, Patrick Swayze, beat Butter Love. The Ballroom Blitzen, Miley makes her return to Capital City Wrestling and beats Violet Lee, who was making her Capital City Wrestling debut since Salem Wilder was on commentary and she was still injured. But it was a really good match. I said, "Welcome back, Miley," and it was a really good freaking match. I really enjoy watching mostly everyone, even if it's not a good match, it's still a great performance and all that. Just great stuff. And the pillar of the community, Kerry Killam, the reigning and defending NBWA River Valley champion. He successfully defends the title against Massey Harris and Matt Strong in a triple threat match. And there were a lot of great spots with like Kerry Killam and Massey Harris and Matt Strong. It was it was a really good match overall. Like, there was like just one spot where Matt was kicking the crap out of Kerry there, and one of the best finishers for Kerry would be the market crash. It's just basically like a choke slam finisher, which is it's pretty cool how they call it like that with the school. So next match, the team up, the one Spike Asti and Slick McGregor, the reigning and defending NBWA Tag Team Champions, Ace Dynasty. They retain the NBWA Tag Team titles against the team of the Big Bad Logan Green. First, the Big Bad Logan Green came out and did a little in-ring promo and announced his mystery partner, who I thought was going to be Hollywood Cole, making his CCW return to CCW. But apparently it wasn't. It was none other than Port City's finest, Caden. He was the mystery tag team partner for Logan, the Big Bad Logan Green. And this match, God, it was I always enjoy watching my buddy Spike Esti out there with Slick in the tag team division, and going up against like people like Zane Valentine or like anyone. Just really happy to see gold around my buddy and Slick McGrick, Spike Esti and Slick McGrick. And they really had a really good title run so far, especially since when they defeated Crude Oil and became the new tag team champions. It was since then they had a really good title run, and they defended their titles a lot against like Protein Power, Kirkle Bay, and Papa Swayze, Crude Oil, again, the Last Action Heroes, and so on. Like, yeah. Like, the tag team matches always impress me a lot. And all the matches just really impress me. But, yeah. And so, during intermission, I got to see my guy, Port City's finest, Caden, and Rugged Rick Owens, Patrick O'Neal, and so on. It was just awesome. Just really awesome. Just to be chatting with all these wrestlers and just, man, it was just an awesome show, just in general. And next match that was like right after intermission, when the Ace Dynasty LG Caden match started right after intermission. Then like after that match, the Northern Star, Kirk Obey, he beat Narcissus Saint, and for the main event, the team of Rugged Rick Owens and the Green Bastard has awakened to team up with Rugged Rick Owens and and took and defeated Crude Oil in a barn burner main event, which was so good. It was a really good main event. Like, people were popping for Bubbles, for the Green Bastard, and Wreck. It was a really good main event. And this event drew over 1,500 fans. And it was the biggest show ever that CCW ever had. And it was a really good show. Like, I always enjoyed going to CCW shows, North Pro shows, IHW shows, which I haven't gone to an IHW show in like forever, since like the Riverview Sunfest event 2 years ago. And yeah. So the upcoming shows, the New Brunswick Professional Wrestling Association will be returning to Sussex, New Brunswick to have their showdown in Sussex. Day Boys Championship Wrestling will be having their ambush show at the McGinnis Room in Dalhousie University. North Pro Canadian Wrestling presents Harbor Echo at Area 506 in St. John, New Brunswick, where Pete LeBlanc will be taking on Ryan Schimmel and the Choke Artist Jason Bohr in a triple threat match. Joey White and Dawson James will be taking on the Hateful Dead, making their North Pro debut. The Vandal, Chantel, will be taking on Ronnie Payne. Sabotage will be taking on the Hollywood Heathens. And New Breed Wrestling presents Wrestle Stock during the Giant Stock event. And North Pro Canadian Wrestling presents Hidden Depths, returning to the Titan Board Ballroom in Moncton, New Brunswick. So I will be at the Hidden Depths event, so you can come up and say hi and have a little chat with me. And Capital City Wrestling presents Auto City Cup at the Auto City Car Dealership in Fredericton, New Brunswick. And so that's all the results for those events. So now I now have a Facebook page for the State of Maritime Wrestling podcast on Facebook. So make sure to go follow that Facebook page, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, turn on your notifications, and smash that subscribe button for more news on the East Coast indie wrestling scene here. Later.